Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and your December's off to a good start. If you know me, you know I love my Wild West games. So I was thrilled when Hyperstranged offered me a review copy of their latest game. It's very, very good. I get a lot of review copies for bad games and this is not one of them. Not since Red Dead Redemption 2 have we had an immersive open world western game. Until we got Blood West. There's a reason it's rated 9 out of 10 on Steam right now. Blood West is an immersive, challenging, Wild West stealth horror first-person shooter, unlike anything that is out there. Now, it doesn't look or play like Red Dead Redemption 2, but it has an astonishing amount of depth. Like Larian Studio, the developer Hyperstrange did a fantastic job releasing this game in parts in early access, with Act 3 releasing December 5th and the game coming out of early access. Outside the Wild West theme and Wild West guns, it really doesn't share any similarities with Red Dead Redemption 2, as it does something so unique on its own. Now, I'm not going to spoil the story, but you're essentially a gunslinger in the Wild West infected by a bunch of undead stuff. The voice acting and cutscenes are great and era appropriate, and the story is actually really interesting, so I'm looking forward for you to experience it. This game does so much right. First and foremost, it's a low poly first person shooter. So it's a deliberate art choice and I kinda dig it. It may look old school, but the systems certainly are not old school, which is surprisingly deep with a large perk system as well as piles of different weapons and ammo. It's a strategic shooter. Now you can go in guns a-blazing, but that's likely not gonna go very well for you, especially early on in the game. You want to have some strategy for each horde that you run into. Some will be susceptible to certain types of ammo, and you'll have items in your inventory that can buff you up as well. The most effective approach in this game is stealth. Headshots and enemy weak areas are really rewarded in this game. If you get them anywhere else, the enemies tend to be pretty spongy, so go for those headshots. The way the game handles death is pretty impressive. It avoids most of the Souls-like tropes by handling death in such an innovative way. So if you die, you'll get a debuff. You die a few more times, you'll get some additional debuffs. And then you keep dying, you'll get worse debuffs. And to remove these debuffs, otherwise known as a curse, you're gonna have to do a mission. That mission, for example, could be kill 5 enemies with headshots. You complete that, the curse is lifted, and you are back to your normal self. The gunplay itself feels really good. Going for those headshots can be challenging early on with a really bad gun, but as you get better weapons, man, it becomes a lot of fun. The open world map itself isn't huge, but it's big enough with a lot of nooks and crannies, with a lot more secrets than I expected. If you're a fan of Wild West games and challenging first-person shooters, I'd really recommend this. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the game, I'd be happy to answer them. I'll be streaming it sometime soon, so if you want to see some live gameplay, make sure to tune in. Big shout out to Hyperstrange for the review copy, as well as the souped up Chapter 3 save file. I played it for a little while to mess with the OP guns, but I'm having a blast in Chapter 1. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video or live stream.